I'm a little late to this party, but I saw The Invisible Man, that latest Lee Whannell Blumhouse thriller starring Elizabeth Moss as a woman who is, trying to escape her evil ex-boyfriend who has the power to turn invisible. And that's pretty much all I can say. Her evil ex-boyfriend's played by Oliver Jackson Cohen, whom you may have seen. He was on The Haunting of Hill House and other stuff. But that's the plot of the movie. That's all I can say without going much more into anything. It's a really good movie. It's actually more of a thriller than it is a horror movie. I know Blumhouse movies are usually horror films, but this one, although it definitely has some scary moments, that's not how they made it. They made it as more of like a thriller, and it's kind of like a metaphor or an allegory. I forget which one is which. For people who are in abusive relationships or who are, abusive relationships where one person is very controlling towards the other partner. And I think you could actually apply it not just to like relationships, but also if you have a relative like that or someone in your life, maybe it's a coworker or a boss, just anyone who is just a control freak and who gaslights you when you try to stand up for yourself, or anything who tries to twist it so that you're crazy or don't know what you're talking about. I feel that this movie actually can speak to people on a lot of different levels. Mostly, of course, people who are in horrible relationships. Many of them, and since the main character is a woman, it's going to be for a lot of women who feel like they're in relationships with men, or maybe other women who are very controlling and mean and gaslighting. What I liked a lot about this movie, everything was good. All the acting, I thought it was very tightly written, well written. I like Lee Whannell's directing style. That especially came into focus at the beginning of the movie, the opening scene. The way he shot things, like he would it was very atmospheric and kind of a slow build. He let the camera linger on a lot of shots that were wide to create this sense of atmosphere. And he had to do it that way because, he had a character. It wasn't in the first scene. We don't really have invisible stuff going on until later in the movie. But, he let the camera linger on places because you had to show the environment being affected, because the Invisible Man, you can't see him, so you can't show him. So you have to show the things that are affected by his actions, like, footsteps on the ground or in covers, something moving because he touched it, because you can't show him touching it because you're not supposed to see him. But I thought that the filming choices, the angles in the beginning of the movie to show the environment and to build suspense, the slow pans, I thought they were the actions of someone who's a very experienced director, as Lee Whannell is at this point. He's done a lot of stuff. This movie was very skillfully, I think, directed from a technical perspective. That was the thing that first came out to me, like really hit me at first. But all the performances are good. Elizabeth Moss, she's the main character and she's in this movie a lot. Her performance is good. She does a very good job playing a woman who, I think it's battered woman syndrome. I don't know if that's what you call it, but it's like her relationship with the bad guy was so horrible that she couldn't leave the house and stuff. So she played really well someone who didn't really get out that much, or whenever she would, like at the beginning of the movie, when she would leave a house or a building, she was kind of like weirded out or uncomfortable because she's not used to being out, I guess, because her boyfriend controlled everything she did. Um, we didn't really see. I felt that discomfort was only really shown at the beginning of the movie, and then they forgot about it because she seemed a lot more comfortable going out later on as the movie progressed. But I thought that her performance was good. The movie had an ending. It had a good ending, but it was a surprising ending because this movie is a thriller with action. You kind of expect the ending to go down differently than it does. It is still satisfying, but it wasn't quite the way I thought things would go. The supporting characters they had a lot to do. They did a good job showing. She had friends and her sister in this movie, and they did a good job of showing their relationship and the camaraderie, I guess, especially between her friend who was a cop, Aldous Hodge, who played a cop, and his daughter, played by Storm Reed. They did a good job showing their relationship and closeness to Elizabeth Moss's character. They were like her friends, her support group, for the most part. They were the strongest ones, I thought, in the supporting characters, the good guy supporting characters. But all in all, I thought The Invisible Man was a very good thriller, very well directed, very well acted, and The ending had the way, it wasn't a twist so much, but the way it ended, the way, they wrapped up the final confrontation, it took a very unexpected turn. And that's all I can say without giving out spoilers. But I definitely recommend seeing The Invisible Man. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.